I'm now going to talk about 28 years later, the Bone Temple. There will be spoilers. Hello, welcome to Music and Stuff, and it's time for another pointless review. Why? Because I felt like it. So yesterday was my birthday, and my partner and I, we went to watch 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Now, unfortunately, we missed the first couple of minutes. I don't know how. There's usually like hours and hours of trailers before a movie starts, but not this time. No. So I'm not entirely sure what happened there. In the first little bit, but we could pick it up fairly well. So it kind of picks up from after the events of 28 years later, and at the end you saw Alfie going off with the Jimmy gang, and it picks up from there. Oh, hang on a sec. Hello, Holiday Rob here from Croatia. Just want to let you know, if you're enjoying this video, thanks very much for watching, but don't forget to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and of course the alarm notification bell so you know when my videos are coming out. And if you're interested, I've got social network stuff: Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, not Twitter though. And I've also got a Patreon, so you can find me there. It's in the description. Links for everything's in the description. And yeah, I'm going to hand you back again, because otherwise Studio Rob gets frustrated. Thanks very much. So it turns out the Jimmy gang are led by Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal, who's a bit of an arsehole. And they terrorise this group of survivors. Charity. Oh, I'm not going to say too much about that because it's inappropriate for YouTube, but it's pretty grim. And so it's this Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal, and they're all a Jimmy of some Jimmy Inc. and whatever. They've all got their own. They're all a Jimmy. They're all the Fingers, which is what they're called in the gang. So Jimmy Crystal is the leader, and you kind of saw his origins at the start of 28 years later. And they're all dressed, they're mostly kids, and they're all dressed in these tracksuits with these blonde wigs, much like disgraced TV personality Jimmy Savile. And it's a strange choice, but I think it's because it exists in a timeline after the events of 28 days later, early 2000s, 2002, something like that. So it exists in this timeline where the truth about Jimmy Savile wasn't discovered. So they didn't know what a wrong'un Jimmy Savile was. So it's a weird kind of irony. But yeah, so Alfie's joined this gang. He doesn't like it. He doesn't like being part of it. Tries to get away. And Jimmy, let me get the right name here. I haven't talked about the cast yet, but I can't find it now. Jimmy Inc. Kind of allies herself with Spike, and I can't remember what Spike's Jimmy name is. So that's going on, and then they see Jimmy Inc. sees in the distance Dr. Kelson from 28 years later. Played by Ralph Fiennes, has kind of befriended the Alpha infected, who he's nicknamed Samson, through a series of treatments. Sort of befriended this guy who's a huge beast of a man, and he's treating him And again, spoilers, he effectively cures Samson of the virus. And check out the scene in the bus when he's finally he regains self-awareness again. There's an amazing scene because there's this sort of backstory, this kind of religion within the film of old Nick, who is the devil basically, and I haven't mentioned much of the cast, have I? But Jack O'Connell speaks to Dr. Ian Kelson and persuades him to pretend to be the devil, which Kelson does in an insane way. There's a fantastic musical sequence in this movie that is just absolutely mind-blowing. It's fantastic what happens there. And of course, Spike and Kelson recognise each other and shit happens. Alfie Williams plays Spike, 15 years old at the moment. I'm not sure how old he was when they filmed it. Other cast members, you have Erin Kellyman as Jimmy Ink, who you might have seen in Raised by Wolves and Star Wars Solo. I think this is how you pronounce it, Chi. Lewis Parry as Samson, who is like a boxer or martial arts fighter. And so things happen. Spike and Jimmy Ink, who then says her name is Kelly, they run off together, leaving Sir Lord Jimmy Crystal basically to be eaten. And then it pans off, and this is where I really kind of thought, wow, this is obscene. It cuts to a drone going across water to this cottage by the coast, and it looks vaguely familiar. And then you get into the cottage, and it's Jim. Cillian Murphy returned. He survived. He's there with his daughter. So obviously him and what was the name was it Annie from 28 Days Later? I can't remember the name off the top of my head. They had a daughter obviously together, and it cuts to them and they see Kelly and Spike in the distance and go to help them, and that's where the movie finishes. But it's really nice to see that Jim survived. You don't know what happened to his partner and the young girl that they took with them. That sounds dodgy, that survived with them. But it's nice to see that happened, that he survived. When they made 28 Days Later, he was quite an up-and-coming actor. Now he's the big name in it. Did he win an Oscar for Oppenheimer? That was good. Watched that recently. He's Barry Big Bollocks now, Cillian Murphy. But yeah, all in all, great movie. Really, really fun. I kind of wish I'd watched 28 Years Later again beforehand, but it was quite a late decision to watch this movie. So looking forward to it coming out for home release. And apparently they're making a third 28 Years Later movie, so that's going to be pretty cool. Looking forward to that. I just read that they filmed the two back to back, so but yeah, absolutely fantastic movie. Smashed it out of the park. 10 out of 10. Yeah, well done. Should mention briefly that it was written by Alex Garland, who has written, did he write the first one? I think he wrote 28 Years Later with Danny Boyle, but I think he might have written 28 Days Later. Maybe not 28 weeks, but it's very confusing. And directed by Nia DaCosta, who I don't know anything about, but she did a fantastic job. And it ends with In a House in a Heartbeat. banging piece of music. Really, really is. So, yeah, I hope it does well. I'm not sure how long it's been out now. A couple of weeks. Budget of $63 million. It's made $56.5 million. I hope it makes its money back because it's really, really good. Really enjoyed it. And I don't know what I'm going to be doing next. I'm in the middle of all this Kiss stuff that I'm doing. But yeah, that's 28 years later, The Bone Temple. Really great. Excited for the next one. And the next video I'm going to do. So thanks very, very, very much for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Catch you later, Bill and Ted.